Ciao, Eve.
Ciao.
Welcome to State of the Art Stories for Learning. Today we enter into the extraordinary world of diamonds. I would like to start with a quote by William Goldberg. You shouldn't cheat a diamond of its right to be beautiful. William Goldberg was the founder of a diamond jewelry company renowned all over the world and Eve's father. I welcome Eve Goldberg to discuss innovation and tradition in the world of fine jewelry. Please, Eve, introduce yourself to your viewers as well as the brand William Goldberg.
Well, thank you for having me, first of all. This is an honor. So William Goldberg is a company that was founded over 60 years ago, probably close to 70 years now, by my father, William Goldberg. Started out in selling small, fancy shaped diamonds. And so really his specialty was everything except round diamonds, because he was really an innovator and he was really creative and he loved like making the most out of a piece of rough, of taking a piece of rough and cutting a beautiful fancy shaped diamond out of it. So he started with small stones. So it was always like little like taper baguette stones that go on the side of a ring and just small fancies, he called them. And then he evolved, over the years and got into bigger stones, where the first big stone that he cut and sold was 137 carat, which is probably about that big. It was a pear shape. It was called the Premier Rose. And that kind of launched him into the world of big, fine diamonds. And he became known around the world for cutting the most beautiful stones. He believed if a stone, in our world, if a stone is like 1.00 carats, it's very important. If my father felt that at 1.00 it wasn't beautiful enough, he would cut it to 0.99, which most people would never do because you make less money on it, but he would make sure that it was the most beautiful diamond. So that's really how he started and how we got our education of really about beauty and about quality and, everything always being the very best.
Actually, for our viewers, whoever is interested, this special cut, this special stone actually that Eve was talking about is visible on William Goldberg's website, which you can find in the description of this video if all of you are curious. I was actually wondering, how do you find the balance in this very specific niche market to offer products which are a good balance between tradition and innovation?
Right. So we are we're in the very, in the top 1% of the market. So what we sell is usually bigger pieces, more important pieces. And when we started out, it was just all about, let's say, for instance, this type of jewelry, which you might think is to us, it's a very classic piece, right? I mean, it's a big, like drippy diamond necklace. It's big and it's beautiful, but it's maybe a little bit, I don't want to say old fashioned, but it's certainly not modern, So for me, I always wanted jewelry that I could wear. And because we always made things like that, I always felt like, it's just, where am I going to wear that? It's something that you would wear to a big wedding. It's very Middle Eastern look. And so I decided to start creating pieces that were more wearable, that were more modern, let's say, while in keeping with keeping classic and traditional pieces, because those are the things that sell. So for instance, so I will start just explaining. So what we have a very specific, patented cut. Sorry about that.
All over the place.
It's flying. That's called the Ashoka cut. I don't know if you could see it, but this is kind of what it looks like. This is a very big Ashoka cut, probably about 25 carats. And so we started cutting, we created this cut, we patented it, we trademarked the name. Ashoka means Buddhist, it means removal of sorrow. It's named for a Buddhist warrior. And we kind of loved that, the meaning of that. And so we started creating pieces with the Ashoka. So we create something like this is a diamond wedding band. It's very, very classic. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah.
Traditional.
All over the ring.
Just going all the way around. And, simple necklaces and things like that. We've created watches.
Wow.
Crazy. I mean, some of this stuff is crazy, but then, okay, so that's the stuff that you're not going to wear every day. But then, for instance, we have this. This is like, you diamonds by the yard, but it's all Ashokas. And this has become like my signature piece. I pretty much wear this all the time. I double it. It's just like, it's very, I've sold this to so many people and they just wear it with a pair of jeans. And to me, like diamonds should be wearable. Diamonds should be something that you can put on and you could enjoy. My father always taught us it's not something that should sit in your vault. It's something you should wear and enjoy.
Okay.
And then I'll just show you one other little thing.
So
we made these earrings. So these are very, maybe you would say they're a little bit, they go up the ear like that.
Oh, okay.
So they're ear climbers. So for William Goldberg, this was probably a stretch because we were always doing like this big, flashy, important pieces. But this is just a really elegant, beautiful look. And we thought it was trendy at the time, but you know what? It's not so trendy. People are wearing them, every day now. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I mean, so my understanding is that you find a balance between tradition and innovation, producing both. So you have your solid collections of traditional pieces, but you also give yourself the pleasure to innovate with pieces that you can wear every day without losing the shine, without losing the excitement of the diamond itself.
Right. Well, for us, it's always about the stone. So even though we might be doing something that's a little bit different, a little bit innovative, going up the ear or, whatever kind of pieces we do, like these little, huggy earrings, things like that. That's more traditional. I could show you this tray of pieces that these are a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
They're very innovative, these pieces. However, it's still about the stones.
Right.
So we don't get into as much of like, crazy designs and using all these different, elements and different materials. We're more about the stone. It's about the stone.
Here I get to the third question, which is about your Ashoka cut. I wanted you to actually talk about our viewers about your Ashoka cut, which is 20 years old. However, it's fairly young as a diamond cut.
Right.
And I was curious to know how you strive to introduce such an innovation as a new diamond cut in the jewelry industry and what it took in terms of technical steps as well as marketing it.
Well, there was one original Ashoka diamond that was cut by Harry Winston.
Oh,
that was many, many years ago, and it was in their book. Harry Winston had a book of their like important diamonds, and it came up for auction. And my brother, this story I believe is also on our website. My brother had gone to try and buy this stone, and we were not successful. We were the underbidder. Someone else bought it, but we all got it like in our heads. Like this cut was so unusual and so beautiful. So we did a lot of research and development, and we recreated it, and we patented it, and we trademarked the name. And it's different than the original. It's got more brilliance. It's a little bit more modern looking, but yet it's still an antique cut, and it's got a great history to it and a great story. And so we really love that. We love the meaning, removal of sorrow. So, diamonds bring joy into people's lives. So what a beautiful thing that the meaning of Ashoka is to remove sorrow. And so we just, once we got the patent and trademarked it, then we were challenged to find enough raw material to cut these stones. And my father, who was alive at the time, said, "You're never going to be able to do it." He challenged us, and we went out there into the market and we started buying long emerald cuts that were just too long. And we started cutting them into Ashokas, and that's kind of how it started. And then year after year, we went out there and we were sourcing the rough for it because it takes an extra long piece of rough. And it took years until we were able to really develop enough of the product that we can go out there and sell it worldwide. And now we have partnerships all around the world, whether it be in England, in the United States, in New Zealand, in Hong Kong, in Malaysia, in Dubai. So we have all these partnerships now where our retailers are exclusively selling this Ashoka cut. So it's really, we've built it into something, it's really exciting. And I love the cut. I mean, there's so much that you can do with it. It's very architectural looking. So, we can,
but at the same time, it has like a long history to it.
Has a history. It's, so people, like when people are selling the Ashoka, you could sell it just on the look. You could just say it's beautiful. Here, these are all Ashokas. You could just love what it looks like, or you can, you know, also just love the history of it. And then recently we started cutting sapphires and rubies and emeralds in ashokas also. So that way we can really like, we develop, you know, bands and rings and stuff, multicolored.
Oh, che bello.
So it's been, you know, the history of it is, it's cool that we did this. There's not a lot of people in the industry who have something so unique. A lot of people get, you know, a new round stone, a new cut with 100 facets, with 99 facets, with whatever, but it's still a round stone.
Around the same theme.
It's same, you're right, it looks pretty much the same, but this has just a very unique, different, beautiful look to it. And, you know, people love it. And it's been a very, very important part of our business now.
So basically, my understanding is that in your field, innovation takes, you know, knowing very well where you come from, as well as welcoming challenges and being brave and following your path and developing your vision.
I think it's like that in anything that you do in life.
I think so.
But definitely, I mean, my father had a real passion for this business. He loved what he did. Passion was a big, big word for him. And he really instilled that in all of us. You know, he was our teacher. He was our mentor. We didn't go to school for this. We learned, you know, under his watch. And he taught us to really love this business and love what we do. And I think it really, that really shows through in your product if you really love what you do. And it's easy to sell. It's easy for me to talk about. I could talk to you for an hour about this if you want, but I know we're limited in time. So,
but is it, this is another question, but it's not a question because our format is 3 questions in 10 minutes. But this is just out of the books. Ma, is it true that your father would bring, when you were doing like gatherings, he would, you know, have little diamonds in the pocket and bring them out and show them to the people?
oh yeah. So he would have, my father had all of his suits custom made. And so he was a big man and he needed to have custom made suits. So inside his pants, right, like under like the belt, he had a pocket built in with a zipper. And so he would always like put in like a beautiful blue diamond or a pink or a yellow, and literally like, you know, at parties, it would be like, he would just pull out this ring and people would be like, oh my God, because he loved to have a prop. You know, he loved to talk about what he did and he loved to be able to show it. So he literally, every pair of his pants had this pocket. And yes, he would, that is a true story. He would do that all the time.
This is fantastic because me and Eve are good friends and ever since forever. And every time she's with us, not enough, or us with her, not enough. But every time we are together, we basically jump on her and try all her jewelry. So, well, we can say that the tradition is passed along. Eve, grazie.
You're welcome. This was so fun.
I hope I'll see you soon.
For sure. Thank you.